we're just going to wing it like we do everything.
Winging what?
Winging how, because like you asked me if I'm ready, but like you're going to press record anyway. So it's like, hey there, welcome to channel What's with the Neighbors. Tune in today and see your neighbor standing outside naked.
What's wrong with your mic?
Damn,
It's orange.
that was clever. Hello.
Yeah, it's working.
It's still working. It's just because it's on
the volume.
Yeah, it's on the headphone thing. Wait, is that what that is? I don't know.
One is one and one is the other. Hey guys. Look at the Irish. Irish. Look, that says Irish Week over there.
Yeah,
Our little
that's
jar.
from McGuire's in
Oh,
Destin,
that's
Florida.
right.
If you drink a whole one of those, you get to keep the jar. It's like got a bunch of liquor in it. I
that's
got
right.
really sick out in public on one of those once, and I threw up all over my food and the table and some girl's shoes. I don't remember a lot about that night. It was not a good
so
time.
Mad if you threw up on my shoes.
It was not a good time. I'm pretty sure she
still has them.
I think she had a thing, like a crush for Josh, maybe. I can't remember.
Threw up
and
on
I
her
wasn't that
shoes?
upset about it. Now I feel like a jerk because she was probably just I'm pretty sure she was really nice. So like I didn't do it on purpose. I was really drunk. Look, okay, so the bartender who made my drink, first of all, if you've never had an Irish Wake, it has like a whole bunch of alcohol in it. But like you can drink it. It's not really that big of a deal.
Okay.
I had an empty stomach. I hadn't eaten all day, and I got my drink before my meal. And they made our drinks. They messed up our drinks. They made them super strong. Me and my friend were like, "Wow, these are really strong." And they took forever to get my food, and I just kept on drinking and drinking and drinking. the bread wasn't soaking up any of it. I didn't eat any of my burger.
Oh, no.
Josh still talks about how the only part of that night that made him mad was because I threw up all over my food that I'd never touched. He's like, it's just a waste of money. Sorry. I needed help walking down the stairs, going to the bathroom. Oh my gosh, I would have hated to serve me that night. I'm so sorry, past people who worked at McGuire's and had to deal with me, but they probably deal with people like that there all the time.
I'm sure.
They have a thing there where you kiss the moose. If it's your birthday, you kiss the moose that's on the wall. It's a very, very, like...
Do they wash it afterwards?
No.
So everyone's just kissing the moose.
Yeah.
Everyone's up there in that moose.
Yeah. And there's money everywhere, too. Like, the whole, like, everywhere. Yeah. I have, like, several dollars up there. But, like, the whole place, like, there's not an inch of the wall that isn't covered in $1.
I get why people do that, like, places do that, but I just see it as, like, super dusty.
It's not. It's so cool. It is such a cool place. It's a huge tourist trap.
Okay.
But it's like they've got like a big Irish bus out front, like a double decker bus.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got like a whole strip mall full of stores attached to it. They've got like a couple stories of live bands all the time. It's a really cool place. I want to go back there. They have all kinds of burgers. They have $100 burger that they serve with like
one?
really fancy.
Is that the
champagne.
one that you threw up on?
No, they have ice cream sundae burger. Yes, I've had it. They have peanut butter burger. Yes, I've had it. They have a pineapple
What's
burger.
an ice cream sundae burger?
It's exactly what you think it is. It's a burger with an ice cream sundae on top of it.
Is it
It's so good.
like a hamburger patty?
It's like a legit burger, and then they plop a thing of ice cream on top of it with some hot fudge.
So there's meat in there.
Yeah.
That sounds so gross.
There's also peanut butter burger.
That one I could
It's
maybe
good.
get behind.
There's also garbage burger, which if you finish that, you get, I think you get your meal for free, and then you get like a shirt, and it has like they have a wasabi burger as well, and a pizza burger. Yeah, they basically add every single ingredient that they use for the other burgers onto the one burger, and it's called the garbage burger. And if you eat it all, then yeah.
Does it come with the ice cream also?
Uh-huh. Yep.
It has the ice cream on it?
All of it.
With the wasabi?
With the wasabi.
And the peanut butter.
And the pineapple. And the barbecue sauce. Oh, so good. I love McGuire's.
You know, this is... Okay, on Sister Wives.
Amy's Second Life.
They go in Chicago. They go to a place and they have pizza, and one of them pointed out that there is a burger pizza.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Well, you were talking about the pizza
Yeah.
burger, and it made me think of the burger pizza.
Reminds me of a cheeseburger omelet at IHOP.
Oh yeah,
Also so good.
yeah.
Also, this is our podcast, What's with the Neighbors.
And guess what? We do not talk about food on this podcast.
And never.
This is not a food.
We also
podcast.
don't sing random songs.
Nope. No. Not allowed.
Or talk about our personal lives.
No. That's Brie.
And that's Amy.
Brie.
Yes.
First off, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Oh,
look at
and
the Irish.
happy late International Women's Day, guys.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
That too.
I'm really sad that I didn't think of that last week. This week. Before we had the episode come out. But yeah.
Yeah.
We rock.
You know why? You want to know why we missed it? Because we were so busy rocking out.
Yeah, because
And
we're
just
such
breaking that
busy
glass-
being awesome women.
Breaking that glass.
I was busy making sandwiches for my family in the kitchen. Anyways.
In the kitchen. Oof.
Somebody's going to be mad about that. It's okay. I don't care.
We laugh so we don't cry.
Yeah.
So there is something that I don't think we've talked about in a while, and it is this. We are a comedic podcast. We are funny, and we don't
think we're funny.
We are funny.
We have been told we're funny.
We have been told we are funny.
Mom.
But in fact, a new listener of ours, she said that she was going to start listening to us because she thought I was funny. She has never heard the podcast. She's probably listened to it by now, but so she hasn't met you, or knows. So
Hi, new listener.
I told her, I was like, you know what? Oh, her name is Kirsty.
Hi, Kirsty.
And I was like, well, Bree's, her personality is a lot like mine in the sense that we think the same type of stuff is funny, and we our humor is very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We both work well too.
Yeah.
We say that all the time.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we do. That's my work wife.
Yeah. Hashtag work wife.
But yeah, so we don't make fun of the victims or laugh at the victims or the
Yeah, it's
victims'
not
families
funny.
or anything like that. But we use the comedy to
Get through the darkness.
through the darkness.
Yeah, like that one guy who was like,
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
gosh.
step out and go be the cop. I don't know why that thing still plays in my head.
Or the guy that would never die.
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, rip.
So yeah, there's that. And something that we really want to do is have basically get all of our listeners together. That would be so much fun, and do like a huge paint night, virtual paint night. That would be so much fun. But we need support from you guys. And so one of the ways that you can do that is to give us a review on any of the streaming platforms that you're listening from. That is the biggest compliment you could do, besides suggesting us to other people. And you can also be on our Patreon.
That's a huge help.
Yeah, be a neighbor or next door neighbor, and that's at patreon.com/
WWTN podcast.
Thank you.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
So that's just there's just a couple things that you can do. You can, if you don't want to, make a
subscription.
Yeah, a subscription or a monthly pledge to us, you can also buy us coffee.
Yeah.
And you can find that on our website at what'swiththeneighbors.com.
Cream and sugar, please.
And that's just like a one-time donation sort of thing. It's really cool. We want to do more with you guys, and you helping us help you. You helping us give back to you is the best way that...
You helping us helps us give back to you guys.
Thank you.
I knew you were trying to say. You guys knew what she was trying to say, right?
We got there eventually.
Is this like the Blue's Clues show where I wait for someone to answer?
So anyways, that being said, Bree, I have a
Oh,
little.
you can also support us by buying our merch and wearing it and advertising
Yes.
us. Just saying. So I don't know why I
Yeah.
like whispered that in the mic. Like you can see me. There's my watch. Hey, psst.
Hey, psst. Have you heard? What's with the neighbors?
What's with the neighbors?
So I have a question for you, Bree.
Okay.
It's a multiple choice question.
Oh crap. See.
So, what is still the most tuned in radio show in Ireland? A, U2 FM. So it's just like just U2 songs. B, the obituaries podcast. B, the obituaries broadcast. C, the Catholic hour. Or D, the IRA report.
The IRA report.
Wrong.
Catholic hour.
Nope.
All right. Well, I lost.
B, the obituaries broadcast.
What? Wait, why did I not guess that? We're on a true crime film. Clearly, that's the clear answer, Bree. Wow. This is why I did bad in school. It's like the pressure. I'm just like, A, C, D. When
The
in doubt,
IRA
C.
report.
Oh, and it was B?
Mm-hmm.
Ashamed of myself.
It's okay. So, one more question, then we can move on to our neighborhood story. You ready?
Okay, yes.
Would you rather find a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow or have good luck for a year?
Oh, that's a tough one. Probably rather have good luck for the year.
Yeah, me too.
Because, like, money's, like, money's great and everything, but, like, I'd rather just be happy. And I know that sounds so, like, out of a textbook, but, like, it's true. Like, would you rather have all the money in the world, or would you rather just, like, know you're going to be happy for the rest of your life and, like, good? Things are going to go well.
Yeah. But also, you could, it's good luck
I'm going to
for
go
a
play
year.
some lottery tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
You better believe it.
So, yeah, I agree.
Go apply for I'm going to start really putting out podcast feelers for our putting our
There you
podcast
go.
feelers out. How do you get how about would you choose the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's
Who's going first this week?
It doesn't matter. I can't. Can you go first? Because I can't find a neighborhood story. Or I can go first.
You're telling your story
I can go first. My story. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, I got this from next door. It is called Upset with My Neighbor's Wi-Fi Name. Hi all. Now, we all use devices to contact... But let me start over. Hi all. Now, we all use devices to connect to our internet and whatnot. And my grandkids come over and use their phones and iPads too. Well, the other day, my grandson wanted to connect to the Wi-Fi, and our neighbor's router's name is all the cops are buttholes. Now my wife and I are very upset because he started crying, and we had to explain to him that indeed all cops are not buttholes. And it's just generally a rude thing to broadcast. Is there any way I could possibly block the signal or possibly call the non-emergency police and have them go over there and have a stern warning to them? Give a stern warning? I bet they wouldn't like to hear about a network named All Cops Are Buttholes. Any ideas?
I love that you read it in that voice. It was really annoying. It made me not like this guy even more. Like, I get it, but, like, at the same time, like, I'm also the kind of person who's like, whatever.
Why is a kid
Like,
crying?
It doesn't
over...
bother me that bad. I feel like you're making this up to make it a big deal, but it's not.
Why is a kid crying because of a router name? Not all cops.
I've
are
seen that one
buttholes.
before, but I haven't read it yet. Yeah, I definitely correct. Not all cops are buttholes, just for the record, guys.
It's okay, buddy. They're there.
Go. Wait, what does he say? Oh bother.
Oh, bother.
Oh bother, another cop hater.
Thanks for noticing me. All right, you ready for your story?
Yeah, I'm just taking a sip of this delicious. Amy made us a delicious little treat for St. Patty's Day. What are they called?
It's called an Irish Moscow Mule. It has Jameson in it and ginger beer and lime juice and lime.
The way you did that when you said ASMR. Have you seen that girl who's like I think she's French, but she'll get like a piece of fruit and she'll be like coconut, and she'll be like coffee, and she'll pour stuff in it. I'm sure you've seen her, but there's a Hawaiian guy that will like also like clip her videos and he'll like copy right after her, and nothing works, and it's so sloppy and so messy. I'll just show you some of them. It's so funny, but she finally like saw that he did this recently, and she's cracking up at him in one of the videos. it's great. She's like, whenever she's done pouring all the stuff inside the fruit, because she'll pour like coffee inside like papaya and stuff like that, and like coconut milk and all this other stuff. She'll go at the end, she'll say, perfect. And he's like, 10 out of 10 would not recommend. He's cute. He's funny.
I love it.
So, in honor of St. Patrick's Day, also technically International Women's Day, what? I am covering the Banshee. What's wrong?
What is the Banshee?
Oh, okay.
Because okay, hold on. Sorry, I need to cut you off there, because in the movie Avatar.
I heard you say Pandora.
In the movie Avatar, Brie, those flying things are called banshees.
Interesting. Well, I know there's a car also called the Banshee. So.
There is?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's really annoying that it kept on popping up.
And I do apologize. I don't know if you're going to address this or not, but the saying running around like a banshee, is that part of what you're talking about?
Is that running around like crazy person?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I would say, because I think part of this is like they're driven mad.
Yeah.
So.
Like she's acting like a banshee.
Yeah, crazy person.
Okay.
Evil. I don't know.
The heck, Leon?
What
oh,
his aunt?
no.
His aunt? I don't know. I don't know what I am too. It's okay. You can go to your mom. All right. So a banshee is an old Irish legend similar to like the Grim Reaper.
Oh.
But like the lady version.
Love it.
Also, now that I've mentioned this, I need to tell you something real quick. So,
okay.
Josh will probably get mad. He doesn't listen anyway. So, earlier this week, he woke up one morning and he told me, he's like, I had like 6 dreams with the Grim Reaper on it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I was like,
6 of them?
Like, I don't.
666?
He didn't. No. I don't know how many. He said it was multiple dreams.
Oh, okay. He said he didn't like count them.
No, he did not.
Okay.
He said like all of his dreams had the Grim Reaper in it. And he said he had a lot of dreams. And I was like, okay, that's freaky. And he's like, and then the last one, I killed it.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what? And so, of course, we get to, like, because I'm very, like, I know, I'm the kind of person that's, like, I believe dreams mean something.
Yeah.
And so, like, I Google it, and it says, like, multiple things, like, you know, it's a death omen. But also, like, there's certain scenarios that, like, Josh was kind of taunting it in his dream, and it, like, could mean that he's, like, confident and, like, where he's at right now. And I was like, oh, okay, well, good for you. But, like, also, me and I told my sister about it, and she's also similar. And so we started, like, calling and checking in on everybody, making sure everybody was okay. So if anything happens, I said it now. Oh, my God.
Oh, gosh.
Not that I want anything to happen. But also, we went to get coffee that day, me and the girls. And on the way home, my phone music stopped working, which isn't anything super unusual. It
Right.
just like disconnected from my car. So I was like, whatever, I'm not going to fight with this. And so I clicked to the radio button, and the station that's playing is playing Don't Fear the Reaper.
Oh my
And I was
gosh.
like, oh my God, what's going to happen?
Oh no.
And then I changed my mind that day on doing this story, and when I looked it up, that was the first description of her, was she's similar to the Grim Reaper. And I was
Oh my
like, are you
gosh.
freaking kidding me? Like, what is going on?
Is that what you were gonna tell me when we were doing our ads?
No, but continue to remind me, and it has to do with our ads.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you
Okay.
about it later.
Oh, okay.
It's a work thing.
Oh, okay.
It's a work friend thing. I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's really freaky.
Yeah, I know. It was, yeah. Okay, so according to Irish folklore, a woman of fairyland roams the countryside and lets out an ear-splitting cry to warn of impending doom, kind of like an omen of death. Not causing the death, but strictly giving a warning. So not quite like the Grim Reaper, just being like, hey, something's about to go down. You better
Right.
watch yourself.
Okay.
Depending on when and where you've heard this cryptid, the Banshee can appear in a few different ways. It's an old legend, so, and there's like, Ireland's kind of big, and I'm pretty sure she's also been in, like, she's a thing in Scotland too.
Oh,
So
okay.
like everybody's got a different kind of story, like if she's good, if she's bad, if she has polka dots, if she has stripes. I don't know.
Kind of like the pet from Put Me in the Zoo.
I don't know what that is.
The Dr. Seuss book. Can you put me in the zoo?
I never read that book.
Can you put me in the zoo, please? I really want to go.
That sounds a really cute book, actually.
It's really cute.
I'll
And
have to-
like he has spots on him, but then he can take his spots and make them really big, and he can make them really small, and he can make them very long.
is
and
it
he
one of
can-
his rhyming books?
Yeah, it's a Dr. Seuss book.
I guess they all kind of rhyme. Not all of them. The Places You Go does rhyme, but it's like more of an old advanced reader rhyming.
Yeah.
Because Charlotte's kind of reading Dr. Seuss books a little bit.
Put me in the zoo. I have it. I can find it. I'll
Oh,
give
you
it to
should. I'll borrow it. I'll give it back to you because you can keep that for
For
grandchildren one day. Anyway, that's what I tell myself.
sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, enough about our personal life. So depending on when and where you've heard her, there's a few different stories around her. There's a few different descriptions of how she can appear.
Okay.
Common ways is that she's been described as a beautiful woman wearing a shroud or in a white dress with long red hair. She's also been described wearing a long silver dress with silver hair, or an old woman with red eyes and a green dress and long white hair, or an old woman with a veil covering her face and gray hair dressed in all black.
Ooh.
I've heard that one a lot.
Okay.
However, more terrifying depictions say that she's headless, and when she's typically without head, she is normally naked from the waist up and carrying a bowl of blood. It's like a punch bowl. It's fruit punch. Lastly, I read that she is often small in size, usually somewhat between 1 foot and 4 foot tall, which people have compared her to a fairy or
Oh,
an
okay.
old woman. So like maybe that has something to do with the height.
Yeah.
She can be found in the night, crouched beneath a tree or flying past the moonlight, crying or shrieking a mournful cry of bitterness.
Of bitterness.
Just
She's
like
mourning the
you're
bitter.
living.
Ew.
You're so happy.
Stop being happy.
It's also said that in some mythology, the banshees will disappear into a cloud of mist when they are seen, followed by the sound of flapping wings. So I guess she also might have wings in some of these legends.
So she can fly, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, kind of like something really loud that flaps. Thinking of like a dragon or like a wyvern.
For some reason, Jeepers Creepers comes to my mind, which I don't think
That
I've seen
makes
that one
sense.
yet. The banshees have been portrayed as good and evil. On the evil side, it's said that the banshees get pleasure from taking a life. They actively will seek out their victims and wail at them to the point to where the person either commits suicide or goes insane. She's like, shut up.
So she's a toddler.
Maybe that's what Natalie's nickname should be.
Banshee.
Give me a little banshee. Some say that banshees can even tear their victims to shreds.
Oh my gosh.
But again,
do you think it like with their hands or
maybe hands and teeth? Some say that they have claws too.
Okay.
So, but again, as I said previously, some legends do make her terrifying, but they're supposedly actually just predictors of death, and they're not like bad.
Oh.
They don't like kill. So,
okay.
I think it's just like to scare people.
Oh, okay.
In old tales during Battle of War, soldiers would abandon their posts after hearing the wailing in the woods, thinking it was from the banshees signaling the impending death, and they would flee. And when they would actually flee, they would either be killed by their enemies or by their own army guys for desertion, which
Okay.
they're like, oh, I got killed. She was right. But at the same time, you just deserted. So yeah, you got killed. I don't know. Being ancient folklore, there are many theories on the Banshee's origin story. Many believe that the Banshee spirits are spirits of nature or Celtic goddesses. Some called them fallen angels.
Okay.
In English, they're described as a fairy or a woman of the mound because they were like on the hillside.
Mm-hmm.
According to some sites, when someone would die in the medieval times during funerals, some women would sing a sad song to express their sorrow, and they were known as keeners. I guess they were just like supposed to be there and like kind of like hired.
Okay.
And keeners are a person who wails or sings in grief for a dead person, by the way. These women usually made decent money, and some of the families believed that they were fairies because they were really good singers. But sometimes the keeners would accept alcohol for payment and would become elderly alcoholic women, and that would get them banished from the towns and villages. Somehow, I guess, turning them into like banshees or like giving them that, I don't know.
Okay.
Title.
Yeah.
Other legends say that the banshee is the ghost of a young girl that suffered a brutal death,
Aww.
and her spirit remains to warn family members that death is near. So,
okay.
yeah, kind of like working for the family. Like, hey, you're about to have an uncle that's gonna pass.
Oh, that's so depressing.
I would hate my job.
I know.
Always delivering bad news. Hey, got more bad news.
Everyone's always so sad and depressed when they see me.
On the bright side, your garden's looking great. But Uncle Fred, yeah, he's not doing so great.
Hey, girl, where'd you get that shirt? By the way.
You might want to go check on Sam. Originally, it was believed that the Banshee only visited those families coming from specific Irish pure-blood families, which were which were the families of the O'Neills, O'Briens, O'Connors, O'Grady's, and the Kavanaghs. Now, and that's like including like whenever they marry someone and the bloodline like gets further and further down,
right?
And like they extend their family. So like I guess they have like different banshees for all these families. There could be more than one banshee.
Oh.
Sorry,
okay.
I don't know why my watch keeps on dinging even though I silenced my phone. Oh, another train derailed. What is going on with the world, guys? It's so annoying. Anyway.
Did you just hit your phone?
Yeah, it's to hit my quiet my screen.
Oh.
Yeah, it fixed it.
That you're just like mad at it.
No, if you like hit it like that, it like blacks it.
Yeah,
out,
I
turns
black
it
out
off
too.
Yeah, when you hit someone, that's usually what happens. So
you're talking about the
extended families. So it was said that the banshees would essentially serve these families, arriving at their house at night to let out a shrieking scream and inform someone that someone in the family is about to bite it. So like, ah! right outside your window, and it's like, oh crap, someone's about to die.
But also,
they don't
what
like go in there have a pleasant conversation. They just like scream outside your window.
like, hey, wait, are you there? Or wake up, wake up.
They're not waking up.
No, they just scream.
Just screaming.
It's just like complete alarm. Like,
well, some of them say that like they can scream so much that they can wake the dead, or scream so loud that they wake the dead, or hurt your eardrums. They can burst your eardrums.
I can't think of it, but I feel like there's something in the movie Hercules.
Very possible.
That they like scream to wake up the dead, but I'm probably wrong. You know those dead women?
I mean, that's Greek.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, it might not be.
Okay.
But it is I'll talk to you about that in a minute.
Okay.
You are on the right track with Disney. It's always going to find a way, huh?
I always find a way to work Disney into this podcast.
Kitty cat, good looking at me. In 1642, okay, so these are some of the like accounts or like stories that people told about like their accounts with the Banshee.
Okay.
In 1642, Lady Fanshawe was a guest at the O'Brien's family castle. She was woken in the dead of night to see that the moonlight was shining on a pale figure. It was a young red-headed woman. Okay. It became clear that the figure was floating. Seems how she was like on the upper story of the castle, and below her was just like the river flowing. So like this thing was just like floating right outside her window. The lady continued to watch this figure as it moaned in despair, and then the following morning, the Lady Fanshawe got word that a member of the family had passed that night.
Oh my gosh.
So that was the Banshee warning her.
Banshee.
In the O'Neill family, the Banshee was believed to have been seen to have been a family member in the O'Neill family, named Kathleen. So one of their family members became one of the family members actually became the Banshee. So the story of it is that the father of Kathleen was out hunting and found a white heifer caught in a sacred white thorn tree. He freed it, and I guess there were a bunch of warnings that he ignored, and he came home to find Kathleen had been taken to the bottom of Loch Ness, which is like a lake, as a punishment.
Oh.
And so it was agreed that Kathleen would then return on the promise that she would continue to come back to warn the family of death in the family. So
that's so depressing.
I know.
She didn't do anything.
Yeah, like just let her. I'd just rather be dead. I don't want to have to come back all the time and see you guys alive and happy.
And give you guys bad news.
Yeah. In 1776, a family group were passing an old church in County Clare in the night. The group was startled by an old hag appearing in front of them, clapping her hands and wailing in a chilling way. Like, it's just a normal drunk. Some of them ran towards it, and then it disappeared into thin air before their eyes.
Why did they go towards it?
Yeah, and like, I know, like, okay, like, what are you trying to do? Like, jump it? See that old hag over there? You want to
She
jump
needs a hug.
The next day, they learned a family member of theirs had passed away suddenly.
Oh.
In Corofin County, Galloway, there was a workhouse in the 19th century, which I believe is like an institution. It was made for like 500 inmates, but of course it held more than that.
Okay.
At its peak, 5,000. So, typical prison house places.
Yeah.
During this, the Banshee would appear at a nearby crossroads to herald the news of passing inmates. A young couple were... A different story. This one's sad. A young couple that was living a happy life, super happy husband and wife. Her husband was lost at sea while fishing off the coast of County Donegal. The wife was so distraught that she clung to a rock and wailed from morning to wailed from morning to night, crying for her love.
Oh.
She was so deep in grief that she was driven mad and turned into a banshee. She just turned into one, I guess. Her cries were so piercing that she woke the dead. A priest
Whoa.
blessed her, and she died, but she was declared to have been a lost soul, so they buried her under a rock to prevent her soul from rising again. And it said that if you put your ear to the stone, that you can hear her scream. And I think it's a real stone. It's called the Banshee Stone.
That's so sad.
I know. She was just sad. She was heartbroken.
But I wonder if a banshee showed up when her husband was
When her
lost.
husband died. Yeah. I don't know.
That'd be so crazy if like it didn't show up for like months and months
It's
and
like
months.
turned
and
her
then-
into one. What are they doing?
I don't know.
In County Clare, a stream that runs through, known as Banshee's Brook, and I guess it's a very hot spot for the banshee. When the area has a drought, the iron from the riverbed rises and turns the river crimson, mimicking the washing of bloody clothes in the
Whoa.
water by the banshees of the past.
Oh my gosh.
When this happens, locals go on alert for chilling cries from the banshees flying through the night. Soon after going, and this goes on for days. Then after a death in the community, then after this, a death in a community would normally occur. Sorry.
Oh.
So like, the red river would just run red, and then like a couple days later, someone would die, and it's done.
It makes me think of the bloody river in the Bible.
Yeah.
What is that called? The Nile? No, not the Nile. It was in Egypt. Maybe it was the Nile.
You read the Bible, not me.
We read the Bible.
I stopped. I suck. I will again. All right.
I'm super far behind, so if it makes you feel any better. I just got to a boring part.
Yeah, it's really slow.
Like I like the drama.
I know you do. You guys should go check out Amy's. Oh wait, it's on Patreon.
Yeah,
Your
it's on
TikTok.
Patreon. Yeah.
So I found this story on someone's. I don't remember. It's in my sites. So,
Okay.
I found this story from someone. It was their personal account with the Banshee, and it said,
Okay.
"I remember being told as a young child of an uncle who was walking home on a cold and Oh man, I need to read this in Irish accent.
You need to read it in Ireland. That's gonna be.
I'm gonna
a
go to
bit of a
Ireland
trip.
and go read this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So Alice was on the phone with Lexi because I'm letting Lexi stay the night, and I feel bad for Alice. And so Alice was on the phone with Lexi, and she's like, "Okay, my mom's gonna come pick you up, and then we're gonna go to Ulta." And so we ended up not going to Ulta, and you know why? Because I didn't have my coupon, which I need to buy something before. Okay. Anyways, so we're leaving Walmart, or we're leaving Petco, and I'm like, all right, we're going home, and Lexi was like, I thought we were going to Utah, and I was like, what? And she wasn't talking to me; she was talking to Alice. So I'm like waiting for Alice to like tune in, and Alice is just deliberately ignoring her. She's just ignoring her, and she's like, when are we going to Utah? And I was like, what's in Utah? I had no idea what she was talking about. And she's like, you guys said that we were going to go to Utah. And I was like, no, that's a state. And she started laughing. I was like, are you talking about Ulta?
So casually, like, hey, when are we going to Utah?
I'm like, I ain't going to
we
Utah.
going to Utah tonight, right? That's why I came along. So disappointed now. She's like, dang.
I mean,
really was looking forward to that.
no offense to Utah, but I'd rather go to Ulta than Utah.
Yeah, same.
I don't know what's in Utah besides
Salt. Yeah.
and Mormons.
Probably some good gambling.
Oh, you know
maybe.
who
I don't
is
know.
in Utah?
Who?
Christine Brown from Sister Wives.
Okay, so we need to go to Utah. Shout out to Christine Brown. Utah.
Okay, go
Utonian.
ahead.
Not sure
Sorry.
if that's what they're called. Okay, so I remember being told as a young child of an uncle who's walking home on a cold and blustery night. He was probably 3 sheets to the wind after partaking of a snifter to keep the cold out. On
I
arriving
like how you're
home,
going in and out of accent.
I'm trying so hard. I'm trying to think of Harry Potter because one of the characters speaks in an Irish accent. Seamus. On arriving home, he told my grandmother that he had tried to comfort an old woman he had met along the way. Describing her, he said, the old woman, was dressed in black with a veil over her face, was crying and wailing outside the house. I just gave up.
Yeah, you started talking like a vampire.
Every time he went over to her, she moved away, but all the while kept pointing at the house. My grandmother, with all her knowledge of the old Irish mythology and legends, knew straight away what this old lady was represented and hurried my uncle to bed, reassuring him that she herself would have a look for the old woman. Needless to say, she didn't dare do such a thing. Then, sure enough, only 3 days after this strange encounter, my grandmother's brother died peacefully in his sleep. As children, to re- we used to plague my uncle to recount the story of the night that he tried to invite the Banshee in for tea. All right, so the Banshee has had many tales told, good and bad. She has been portrayed in many ways, movies, in fact, shows.
Movies?
She's Ghost Adventures had. They believed that they'd have an encounter with her.
No way.
Also, Disney.
Wait, did someone die?
No, but like something happened. Like I briefly remember the episode. They were in Ireland. It was the one where they were like checking out that house that had the devil in it that they invited over for a card game.
They invited the devil over for a card game?
That's this. You'll hear it one day. It's a story.
Oh, okay.
But it's a very
Did they
like,
have the devil
freaky
on like
house.
speed dial?
It wasn't. No, Ghost Adventures did not invite the devil for a card game.
I'm pretty
that
sure
was
they
a story about the house.
Oh, the story.
Yes.
I was
But,
like, the Ghost Adventures called up the devil. and was
Wait a
like,
second.
Hey, bud.
They call it the devil all the time, so kind of. But they had heard a scream in the woods whenever something crazy had happened, and they were like freaked out by it.
Whoa.
So also Disney has made a movie in
What
1959, a very old movie, very dated, called
So wait.
Darby O'Gill, the O'Gill family, and the Little People.
The little people.
Yes.
I
It's
gotta
about
look
like
this up.
leprechauns. It's on Disney Plus.
No, it's not.
It is like an hour. I think it was hour and 20 minutes in. Like I was like fast forwarding it because I didn't have time to watch it, and I didn't know how scary it was because it was 1959, and like they censor things a lot different now, and the girls were up. So like I was trying to fast forward, and then the Banshee appears, and the
Oh.
Banshee's like, woo. Like,
Hold on, I've seen this movie.
Have you really?
This one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see do you remember the Banshee? He was like, "Go away, Banshee, go away!" And he like lit it on fire the first time, and then the Banshee came back, and he's like, "Shoo, shoo, get out, get out!" And he like threw an axe at it, and it like disappeared.
Okay, so Okay, so
I'm so glad that you've seen this movie. I felt the need to include it because it was Disney.
growing up, my mom would. We didn't go to Well, we eventually went to Blockbuster, but before Blockbuster was a thing, we went to a movie rental called Showtime,
Okay.
and we would go there every day after daycare because my mom ran a daycare. We would stop by there, pick out a movie for the next day to watch at the daycare during summertime. So like the older kids. And so a lot of movies, like childhood movies that you probably like watched like a couple of times, like were embedded into my brain. And I'm very, very confident I've seen like that exact scene before in my lifetime, and it was probably during one of those hot, sweltering California summers that I watched it on the very hot couch during summertime. So
You should take a peek at it. Just that part, just an hour and like 20 minutes in.
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna
There you
pull it
go.
up tonight. I had no idea it was on Disney.
I
Plus.
didn't either. I didn't think it would be. And I'm like, that doesn't look appropriate for now. And I feel like the little people thing might offend some people. So.
1,000%.
But it's called that. And the little people. All right. So banshees are, they're real. I don't know. Legend or
believe
not, there's lots of stories about them. Lots of people claim to have heard the banshees wail, and it's not something to be taken lightly. So if you ever believe you hear her cry, get the hell out of there and then go check on your loved ones and then go have an Irish wake or whatever this drink is, because I already forgot the name. It was delicious.
Irish Moscow Mule.
Irish Moscow Mule.
Also check in on your neighbors.
Yeah. Make sure your neighbors are okay. It's important.
Yeah, that was.
Or like let them get them first and then just run.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. Depending on your neighbor.
Yeah, unless you like them.
Yeah.
I just realized I said that. That's such a fake
laugh. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
I'm sorry that was kind of long.
It's all right.
It's all the little tales.
Mine's pretty short, so.
Perfect.
Can
I open this?
No. You already opened it. Why'd you even ask?
No, I didn't.
My kid gets her braces next week.
Can she not eat these?
Yeah, she can eat those with her. I don't know why they tell that. What? I don't. They're like, you
these
can't
get stuck in my teeth. I could see these seriously getting stuck in braces.
Yeah, but it's not a matter of that. It's
sorry, guys.
so
I'm eating gummy worms.
Stuff doesn't get they don't pull off the braces. They cement the braces to your teeth. How are you gonna pull that off? I'm sure it happens, but
how did they get them off?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You're not a sentence?
Huh? No, I'm not a sentence.
Go with your story, please.
Okay, so mine is not from Ireland or anything involving.
Yeah, she pressured me to do one.
St. Patrick's Day, because the only one that I could really find, well, there's two.
Was it that one guy?
No.
About him?
No. Regarding a murder, it was a unsolved case, and it was really sad and depressing. About a girl that died on a beach on St. Patrick's Day. And then there was another one where it was two brothers that died on St. Patrick's Day. It was just really sad and depressing. I really didn't want to go with that. But mine does involve gold.
Ooh. Oh.
So.
Yeah. I got done with Outer Banks. Also, if you watch Outer Banks, guys, how you doing? You love it? Huh? It's great. Great season this season, guys.
She's hyped.
I'm so ready for the next one.
When do you think it's coming out?
Probably a flippin' year, because that's how Netflix is.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to have to wait a whole year, and they already know what it's all about. I kind of wish they would release it weekly like Disney does with their episodes.
So that you aren't forced, you can't just binge watch it. You're forced to
give me at least like a month.
Yeah.
Come on. It took me like a week.
Did you see that the second Wednesday is coming out?
Oh, when?
Soon.
Really? Oh, maybe
like in a month or two.
Banks will come out soon. It did look like I did think I saw something about them already filming.
Who?
Outer Banks.
Oh,
maybe they are already. I hope so.
I'm sure they are.
Maybe they'll be filming while I'm there in Charleston.
But isn't it weird that Wednesday just recently came out, like a couple months ago, and now it's already coming out with a 2.
I think it came in October.
Oh, yeah. That was a while ago.
I guess so.
Is that October?
Yeah.
No.
It was during spooky season, yo.
No way. Anyways, so this is involving gold. So, I'm going to butcher a couple names because I'm terrible at pronouncing things.
It's okay.
So Andrew Chow worked as a ground operations supervisor with the Vietnam in Singapore. So we're over there,
Vietnam.
Singapore.
Singapore.
But he worked for the Air Vietnam. Working this position gave him more leeway while going through airport security. And he made connections.
I'm just trying to make you lose it.
You know what? My mom with, Swedish fish. She'll take them and she'll put them up her nose.
I was about to guess that she was gonna, because I was thinking about putting these up my nose, but I was like, no, I don't want to make her gag. They're way too perfectly good gummy worms.
Yeah. So this position allowed him, gave him more leeway at going through airport security, and he also made connections with the Air Vietnam staff, crew, and airmen. This gave him the idea to start smuggling things into the airport.
Ooh.
To, have a little side business.
That's pretty smart to do.
Side hustle. Yeah.
It's not going to get you in trouble.
Not at all.
I don't see this ending badly at all.
Good. As you shouldn't, because it's completely legal.
Yeah, it's everybody does it. It's fine.
Everyone does it. He got involved with 3 separate companies in Singapore: Ki Guan Import and Export Company, Eastern Watch Company, and Lee Tong Hang Import and Export. So these are just like importers that were probably like a little shady. And what do you think Andrew is smuggling? Puppies, kittens, rainbows.
I thought you said he was smuggling gold.
I never said that. I said the story's about gold.
Oh, is he smuggling gold?
He's gold bars, yeah.
Oh.
I kind of gave that one away. However, in October 1971, a sum of $235,000, which in today's money would be $1,752,445.
Dang. When was this?
In 1971.
Oh, okay.
Went missing on one of the Air Vietnam flights. So basically how it worked is these import and export companies would go to Andrew and say, hey, you're going to put this on the airplane tomorrow, and it goes to wherever it needs to go. So he was just the middleman.
Okay.
And these companies would use him to get it through security. And so they were like, hey, Andrew, except for they weren't like, they were, anyways.
Where's my stuff?
Yeah. So they're like, hey, Andrew, so a bunch of gold bars went missing, like over $1 million worth. What happened to it? And so Andrew's like, dang it. So, Andrew ended up finding the gold bars, though. He found them from the air crew had taken them.
Oh.
And so he got them back. But, like, the companies were like, yeah, dog, like, we can't trust you whatsoever. It caused a big strain in the relationship. And they ended up sending less and less gold consignments to export. And so Andrew was like, well, this is not good. And actually the other two of the companies ended up dropping out with Andrew completely. And only one, the Ki Guan, continued to work with Andrew, but they would only send like smaller orders, not larger orders. So if something does happen,
they're covered, or it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. I thought Leon or Tony was scratching at the door. So Andrew needed to replace this loss of income because even though it was a little side hustle, he relied on that. He ended up relying on the money. So he was like, listen, he went to his brothers, Peter Lim and Augustine Ings. And he's like, listen, we're going to rob the next person that comes and asks me to export because that will solve things.
Wow, what? You're going to make someone's day so crappy.
So crappy. So he's like, we're going to rob and kill them and steal from them.
Oh, okay.
So, steal that gold money or gold bars. They knew they wouldn't be able to do this all on their own. So Lim and Augustine were tasked to recruit extra help. And they told the people that they were recruiting for this job that they would get $20,000 each. It's not bad.
Yeah, no.
For, murder. On December 1971, Andrew got a call from No. Did I say it like
what? Andrew got a call from No. No. You sound like an Australian trying to say no. 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 You practice so hard and then you're just like, I'm going to say it the way I was practicing it. Don't knock over your drink. How about no, Scotty?
You sound like Professor Snape.
Oh. I was going for Dr. Evil
No.
off of Austin Powers. No. That would be a no.
No.
Amy Westmoreland.
The way I looked it up, so there was two different ways. One was a YouTube, and it never it never said how to. It never pronounce it. It just told you how to pronounce it. Like it just it didn't give you an example. It was just like it would be like if you were saying wrong.
Okay,
But
so
just
no.
the nog.
Oh,
No.
you said nog?
No, I said no.
Oh,
But
okay.
wrong. So it'd be like
nog.
No, it'd be
Nog.
like part of it. The
Oh.
end of nog. Wrong. It's pronounced NGO.
Ng.
But
Sounds like a caveman name. Ng.
that's racist.
Caveman.
They're from Singapore.
I thought you were talking about the caveman. I'm like, they're from caves. They're not from.
But then the other YouTube video I watched, it was a lady and she was just saying, no.
No.
So I don't know how to pronounce
Just go with no. If you're confident about it,
I'm not.
nobody's going to question it.
No.
If you act confident about it, no one. I mean, I guess I laughed, so I questioned it.
Okay.
I was like, I'm sorry, what?
So let me.
Did I ask a question?
No. So on December 1971, Andrew got a call from Ng Chang Po. No, Chang Po. I don't know. Anyways, we're just gonna say no.
Okay.
Okay, because in my notes it all says his name, not his last name, and I will mess it up.
Oh, okay.
So this guy was Andrew's point of contact from the Changguan Import and Export Company. No, told him.
Saying it like that.
I put it in parentheses. I know.
No, you keep on saying it like in a weird way.
I'm sorry.
It's not weird unless you make it weird. You're making it weird.
It's because that's why I practice saying it over and over again. So No told him the next delivery Andrew would be receiving, which would be the next day. It would have 120 gold bars,
Oh, dang.
which is worth $50,000 then,
Okay.
or $500,000 then.
Dang.
And in today's money, it's worth $3,728,606.
Payday.
Payday. So Andrew's like, sweet. So, Mr. Point of Contact for the import and export. Why are your eyes closed?
Because I'm trying not to laugh, and I'm not looking at you right now.
He said that the bars would be sent to Andrew's house later that night, so then Andrew can take it to the airport and smuggle it in. So Andrew told his brothers that the plan was going to happen tonight. So they rallied up their gang and went to Andrew's house and waited for the drop to happen. Around midnight, No arrived at the brother's house, at Andrew's house, and together with he had two assistants, Leong Ching Wu and Angs Boon Chai. Those were the export guys'
Okay.
assistants.
All right.
Andrew and his two brothers greeted No and one of his assistants, while the other assistant stayed in the car. As No watched Augustine count the gold bars, Andrew and his other brother attacked him and the assistant from behind.
Oh, no.
Then,
I mean, oh, bad.
oh no. Oh my gosh. Okay. So then the hired help, the little gang that they made, ran out of the kitchen to help kill No and the assistant, and then they went outside and attacked and killed the other assistant in the car. So all three men are dead now. They took the bodies of the three men and dumped them in the mining pond in Jalan Limba Bedok. And then the hired help disposed of No's car. And the brothers brought the gold to a woman named Catherine Angs. She was a contact of Andrew's, and she was going to arrange the sale of the gold bars. And then Andrew called No's wife and was like, "Hey, where'd your husband go? Like, he never showed up to my house. Super weird. He was supposed to drop off like a bunch of gold and he never showed up."
Okay.
Trying to
I feel like
make
that's
it
kind of obvious.
right.
Yeah.
So on December 30th, the police found the bodies at the pond after getting a tip, and the police retrieved 115 gold bars after getting another tip. They found it at Catherine's home, and another 5 bars at one of the brothers' office. 9 of the 10 men were brought to trial, and all of them pled not guilty to 3 joint charges of causing the death of No, Leong, and Angs. Augustine one of the brothers, ended up confessing to being an accomplice and a participant in the murders, and that he ended up becoming a key witness for the prosecution in exchange of a deal to avoid the death penalty.
Okay.
So he was like,
So he still got put in jail. He just didn't get put to death. Okay.
Yeah. In December of 1972, and this is Singapore, so I am just going to assume that it's like the judge. The Solicitor General, I'm going to assume that's a judge. I didn't look it up. A.W. Gauss made his final submission to Justice Chu and Solicitor General, I'm going to assume is the prosecutor, like the attorney.
Okay.
Made his final submission to Justice Chu and Justice Chor, which I'm assuming are judges, that all 9 men accused should be found guilty and charged.
Okay.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
The defendant's attorneys put in 2 appeals with no success, and they even sent an appeal to the president at the time of Singapore, and the president's like, "Nah, dog, Like they killed people.
Yeah.
So two
Sorry.
sorry about it. Two of the men, Ringo and Stefan, of that little gang that they made, were sentenced to life in prison because they were under the age of 18 at the time of the murders. So they were sentenced to life in jail.
So young.
And the 7 other men were hanged on February 28th, 1975.
Dang, they were hanged?
Yeah, in Singapore.
I wonder if they still do that now.
There's no way.
I mean, in the 70s, I don't think we were doing that.
No, we weren't doing that.
Yeah, we were doing the chair.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So that's the story of the gold bars.
That was interesting. That was good. Now, sorry. So sorry.
No.
I like that you included gold in it.
Yeah.
I love gold.
I love gold.
Still need to watch Austin Powers
No.
with gold member.
Mm.
The taste of it, the smell of it, the texture.
There were some other murders that I found that happened recently, but it was like 2021.
Oh, so more stuff could be coming out on it.
Yeah, so I figured there wouldn't be much of a story besides just short news articles. So,
you know how you were saying no?
No.
We've been watching, I don't know if you watched the new show on Netflix, Perfect Match. It's another show that we're into right now. It's like our trash TV.
Oh, okay.
So it's like basically all the reality TV shows on Netflix, they get contestants from them and they get to come into this one house and they all get to like have competitions and group up with each other and find their perfect love match.
It sounds like
Nick
Big
Lachey
Brother.
is doing it.
I've
it's
seen the
same.
previews for it.
Yeah. It's actually really good. But like
I like how
Shane
he
from
thinks,
Love is
like-
Blind is in it.
No
He's-
way.
He's actually a little bit less like crazy and like he tones it down a lot and he finds, oh my god, I'm not going to give it away to anybody, but there's someone in there that like is. But anyway, some of the contestants in the house have Australian accents. They're from like Too Hot to Handle, or a lot of them are. And me and Josh crack up every time they say no because they say no with an R in it. And so, like, all week we've been saying "nar" to each other. So every time he said no like that, it's like "nar."
Jessie!
Jessie.
No, she was pulling on
Yeah,
the
I
board.
know. I'm trying to get her to come this way, but
No,
she's being dumb.
Jessie!
It's good. It's hello. It's connected
working.
still. But yeah. Anyway,
What?
that was a good story. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hope you guys all had a safe Hello. Okay. It's an
ASMR.
ASMR podcast. Sorry.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Yeah, I hope you guys had a safe, fun St. Patrick's
No,
Day.
they're going to have a safe.
This comes out the day after St. Patrick's Day, doesn't it?
I thought it came out.
Oh my god, my weeks are so confused. Wait. The 8th is... Yeah, okay, so this will
And
come
St.
out...
Patrick's is on the 17th.
Oh, yeah. What up? Get wasted. Drink that green beer, guys. What?
I like how you were like, I hope you guys have a safe. I hope you had a safe St. Patrick's Day. And now you're like, wait, it hasn't happened yet. Get lit!
Dope. Go drink some green beer. That's why I brought beer here, because I was like, I'll just drink some green beer. I couldn't think of a drink to bring last minute. But then you had a drink made, and I was like, oh, perfect. Cool.
Yeah, I was
Cool.
thinking of us.
Thank you, buddy. Do you want to hear a neighborhood story?
More than anything in my life.
I feel like, I'm not sure if you've told this one before. It's about artwork.
No.
Okay. We've told an artwork one, but I do remember that one. It was about an ex-wife.
We've shared like over 52 stories.
So
No,
much.
100.
70?
So, yeah,
We haven't
70.
hit 100
so,
episodes yet.
No. I was thinking of weeks.
Yeah.
So we've done 70 stories. So that's 70 times 2. That's 140 stories.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Okay, sorry. I was wondering where you're going. I was like,
That's
what?
so many stories.
This is
for
episode
both of us?
75, so yeah, that's even more. Okay, so this one is on Nextdoor, and it's titled Artwork for Sale.
Oh.
Okay, so think of paint night and having 3 pieces of artwork that all look They're the same piece of work that you're supposed to get the idea, but done differently.
Okay.
Anyway, so 3 almost identical paintings of the sunset. Very rare. These were painted in a paint with wine classes, in a paint with wine classes, and the teacher of the class praised all 3 at different points. 2 were wine influenced, and 1 was done by a sober painter. One of the artists was visiting from the Midwest.
Oh.
Whoa.
Not the Midwest.
Each is $150 individually, or $400 for all 3.
Whoa.
And then someone commented, "This is so stupid. No one's going to buy these."
They are like the epitome.
An enemy.
And then I'm enemy. They are the perfect example of paint night, and also high schoolers doing watercolor.
Yeah. Whenever you said paint night, because I had just found my thing, I was like, hey, I was like, that kind of goes with that.
I love
you were
it.
talking about doing a paint night.
Follow us.
Yeah.
Please. Follow us into the bus.
Yes. You know where to follow us, guys.
All the social medias.
Yep. At WWTN Podcast.
Buy us coffee. Join
And
our Patreon.
Buy our shirts. That's
Buy
all.
our shirts. Buy our merch.
Yep. And don't get
dead
by a banshee.
Don't get dead. By a banshee.
There's our new slogan. Don't get dead.
Just don't die.
Just don't die, okay? Okay.
Just
cool.
We'll have like just a shirt, and it's a black shirt with very basic
with black
font.
with black vinyl.
Yes, with black
just
vinyl.
Don't die.
Just don't die. I would wear that. I would wear the heck out of that.
I would do, because then people would really have to stare at it, and they'd be like, "I swear, her shirt says something." They're like staring at your boobs the whole time.
You have to do it in
or
matte.
You should get a black shirt with a black matte, black vinyl, and it should say, "Are you staring at my boobs?"
Or just
when they read it, they're just
staring.
like, "Yeah,
stop staring." But it can't be the glossy vinyl.
No, yeah, you're right.
It's got to be matte.
You're right. Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
You could also get like leggings and put it on the butt. Like, stop staring.
I farted. Enjoy my fart smell.
You've been crop dusted. This drink is giving me heartburn.
Oh, take a Tums.
Okay.
I wonder if
It's the ginger in it.
Yeah.
Probably. Or the Jameson. I don't ever drink hard liquor. It's the Irish whiskey, man. It's the Irish whiskey.
Do good, buddy.
Say hi to your cats for us. Oh, have you checked in on the neighbors lately?
What's with the neighbors?
Bring Amy out.
See, I did it that time.
Say hi. Yeah, you did good. You weren't camera shy.
Ow.
Say hi to your cats for us.
No.
No.
I wasn't Mike shy. Never afraid of Mike. Mike Rowe.
Mike Rowe.
Mike Rowe. Magic Mike.